Okay, you can see my screen. Perfect. Wonderful. Guys, welcome to the Legacy Builder program. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the Legacy Builder program. Some of you already are in the Legacy Builder program, and it's really nice to have you here tonight. And we really hope that, like our mentor will always say, we really hope to give you some hope today. Because I know some of you might be here tonight, you are a bit overworked and underpaid and you're not sure what to do. You've probably tried everything. Well, let me introduce myself first to you. My name is Alana. Um, let's see if I can do this right. I'm a single mother. I am 54 years old. I've got two beautiful children. I'm very, very teary tonight because my son over here is getting on the plane as we're speaking and he's going all the way to America. But yes, as I said, I'm a single mother from Cape Town. I started with this business in November 2023. I was an overworked, underpaid mother. I was always struggling from month to month. I never had a life. I really didn't. I was just like working like a robot every day. I got up in the morning, shouted at my children to get ready, went to work, came back, did the same old thing for over 25 years. And I was working in the corporate world and I was really exhausted. I tried literally everything that you can think of on the internet and nothing worked for me because I am not tech savvy and I didn't know anything about the online world because this lady over here was born in the 70s. So I'm a Gen Xer. I didn't even have a phone. I only got my first phone when I was 25 years old. Well, let me tell you what, I was scrolling as we all do on TikTok one evening and I came across this amazing lady from all the way from Kansas in America and she changed my life forever. Well, not she did, but I decided that I'm going to change my life. I looked into digital marketing. I didn't know what it was about. I had no clue. But I knew that I needed to make a change because I didn't want to work for another 25 years for a boss that didn't give a damn about me. So that's me in a nutshell. So welcome again. It's so nice to have you here. I made my million when I started with this. I made a million within 20 months, and I'm just so grateful because I literally prayed for this. Never in my life did I think that I would sit here and say that I made a million. So I just want to tell you tonight, if you think that you can't make good money, then let me be an example for you. And we're also going to have another lady telling you tonight how things are possible with this program. Okay, so let's go on. So what is the Legacy Builder? It's exactly what it says. It is a program, it's a business where you can build a legacy for your family. Because I think that's all that we want. We just want our freedom back, okay? Because if you have your freedom back, my friend, you've got your time back, okay? Now you might ask, Alana, but maybe it's not for me, because that was my question. I was like, who is this for? I don't know if it's for me because I don't know what it is. I am not tech savvy, but it is for anybody. It's for busy families. It's for people that are ready for retirement. It's for people that has already retired, okay? And it's for busy professionals. We've got people from 16 years old up to a person in their 90s doing this, okay? So it's anyone who is ready to grow their existing business and to create an extra income for themselves, okay? Now, I just want to I'm sure most of you are here from South Africa. There might be a lady here from Germany, or there might be somebody else from another country. But I just want to share some statistics with you in South Africa. Okay, now I don't know about you guys, but it has been announced the 12th of May 2026 that South Africa's official unemployment rate rose to 32.7% in the first quarter of 2026. Guys, that is absolutely insane. It is up from 31.4% in the 4 quarters of 2025. The economy has shared 345,000 jobs during the quarter, bringing the total number of unemployment citizens to 8.1 million people. That is so shocking. And I'm part of this whole statistics because I was literally, and I got retrenched when I was pregnant with my daughter. So we all know there's just, and I think after the whole COVID thing, we all realized that there's no guarantee. When you walk into your job today, are you sure that you're going to walk out with that job? Okay, that's the thing, right? And I think it's not just in South Africa, it's right across the globe. Okay. And a large majority of South Africans run out of money before the end of the month. I know that one so well. And one study found that approximately 76 of people regularly run out of funds before payday. Flip it. 2 days after payday, I tell you what, my money was gone, okay? With more than half running out by the middle of the month. So financial stress is widespread enough that over half of consumers worry about meeting monthly household expenses, like normal things, rent, utilities, and groceries. Those are just the basic things. People don't have any money for that. And according to a survey, about 46% of consumers go without basic necessities. I know that one as well. I remember having running to my electricity meter and just praying and hoping that I would get through the night with the units that I had on my electricity. So I think a lot of us know about that. Okay. Oh, me with my tech savvy. Guys, just please excuse me. I'm going to do my best here, okay, with this presentation. Okay, perfect. So about 55% of South Africans live below the upper bound poverty line, meaning their income doesn't cover both basic food and essential non-food items. And the national poverty line figures from Stats SA from 2025 shows that a person needs at least 1,450 Rand a month. That's on the lower bound, and 2,846 Rand per month on the upper bound just to cover their basic needs. And we all know what the salaries are like here in South Africa. So if a family earns less than these amounts per person, their salary won't stretch across all basic necessities. But let's not get too negative, right? But these are the things that we know and we need to know. And I don't know about you, but I know this picture too well. Okay. So yeah, the unemployment rate is 32.7%. Now, a family needs finances. Why? Because they have basic needs and security. You know, there's a lot of children that go to school without breakfast. I remember this one girl in my daughter's school. She went to school without breakfast. It is crazy out there. And there's a limited access to opportunities, right? That's why the family needs finances, right? Because there's so many talented children out there that can't join sports teams. There's no fees for the tours. There's no fees for equipment. Everything is just too expensive. And then the emotional stress starts, right? The children over years, parents that are arguing about unpaid bills. And that is just what's happening. I mean, we all know that the stresses and emotional stress that comes with not having enough finances. And then there's a lack of parental presence, right? I remember so well sitting at home every day waiting for my parents at 5 o'clock to come home. And that was just to say hello. It made me so happy. But the rest of the evening, my parents didn't have time to spend with me. It had to be cooking. My dad would sit in front of the television. And, you know, there's a lack of parental presence. And they are working. I mean, both parents are working and the children, and they miss school events and those things. And then, of course, the self-esteem, okay? They stop trying academically because they believe success is for other families and not theirs. I know that one too well as well. Right. So most people work 8 to 10 hours a day for between 15,000 and 20,000 Rand salary per month. I remember my highest salary that I've ever worked for was 20,000. I still couldn't get through. So people are overworked and underpaid, and the living costs keep rising, and families are struggling. But let me ask you today, what if you can earn in dollars? How would that change your life today? When I heard dollars, I was like, yes, please. I'm from South Africa. At that time when I started, the dollar was anywhere between 18 and 19 Rand, okay? Because today, well, it's gone a bit down, right? Today, it is 16 Rand 27 for $1. Okay. That's according to Google. That's just what I took today. And what if you could follow a program that is going to teach you step by step on how to earn? You can earn $100. You can earn $300, $600, $900, or $1,400 from one single transaction. No experience needed. You have your own business and you are the CEO of your own business. I think when we read this is just like, it looks almost like a dream. But what if I tell you that this can be done? Okay. What if it only takes you 2 hours a day? You're probably saying to me, Alana, you must be crazy. How the hell are you going to make that kind of money working only 2 hours a day? That was my question. And it's broken up into 10 to 15-minute sessions throughout the day. You do it when you can, right? So that's what I loved about this as well, the flexibility of it, because we are all busy. There's no time to go and find another job, okay? And the rest of your day is to build your dream life with your family. Still looks like a dream, right? But what if it's a plan that you can follow that works, because over 60,000 other people have already tested it, and we are almost 9,000 people in South Africa who's doing this. You get the plan and you follow it step by step every day because it works. I promise you it does. And what if you can work from anywhere? So you take that phone of yours, that's your business. When you go to the shop, you take your business with you. So you don't have to sit behind a desk 24/7. All you need is your cell phone, Wi-Fi, or your laptop. You work where you want. You are in charge of your finances. You work 2 hours a day, which is flexible, and you build a family. I think that's everybody's dream. That has been my dream forever. Because if you make $100 today, that, my friend, is 1,627 Rand in one day with one transaction. If you make $300 today, that's 4,881 Rand in one day. $600 is almost 10,000 Rand. 900 is almost 15,000 Rand in one day. That's now for today. And 1,400, guys, that is one transaction. That is one salary that you can make with one transaction. Okay. Because I left that up. Almost 9,000 people in South Africa have already set up their own businesses because we want more freedom because you're your own boss. You're going to have more time with your family. You have more money because you're going to have a dollar income, a dollar price tag to your business. Your quality life is obviously going to go better, and you're going to have less debt. And I think that's what we all want, right? In only 2 hours a day. And the best thing about this is we help you, okay? You will not be left alone. Every Tuesday evening, on top of all the training that you are going to get, we here in the Digital Crew community also give extra training on Tuesday evenings, okay, at 7 p.m. And then either Wednesday or Thursday evenings, we have a webinar just like this at 7 p.m. So you bring your customers and we help you. You will not be left alone because we are a digital family building together and you can build with us. And we follow a program that works. And I want to show you what is happening in our communities, okay? This is just a screenshot of Jaco Fick. I kept this one. I really like this one because he said his very first day that he started with his business, my first day of marketing, and I got $200 sales already. That is over 3,300 Rand in one day. In his very first day, okay? Lulama is also from South Africa. She said that she made 75,000 Rand in 3 days while she was in London. She said she made it from her other business with skills that she's learned in this business. So this is not just something that you are going to get into that is only focused on one thing. You can apply it to almost anything, right? Ended May, she says, with $10,730. Got to spoil myself with a little business class travel. I love that so much for her. Now, this woman is so amazing. She's got such a beautiful aura about her. She says, Dear June, I'm so super grateful for the first half of the year. Paula here is a single mother as well. She said she made $3,200 in 18 hours, $2,300 today, and $900 yesterday. Updated, this right here will change your life. 23 months ago, God answered my prayers. This one's for you, Johnny Depp, she says. I just love all her comments always. Mark Strayer says, he woke to my first $1,400 sale. This morning, I finally got to feel what it's like after reading Wynn's so many times in the morning to wake up with a bundle pack sale of $1,400. Guys, that's almost 23,000 Rand. That bundle pack just hits different. Oh no, man, I definitely know that feeling. And then Felicia says, my first sale in less than 4 weeks. Hallelujah. I just got my first sale of $900. She says here, if a 16-year-old schoolgirl with no experience in tech has done this, then you can do it too. And that just shows you once again, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. This business does not discriminate. Okay. Guys, I am so excited. We have got Zoe. We've got our 20th millionaire here, all the way from South Africa as well. Zoe is going to share her story with us tonight. Now, before I introduce you to her, I just what I always do is I ask the people that come and speak, and I ask, Zoe, what is the word that you would say describe this business that the Legacy Builder has given you? And she said revolutionary, right? So what does revolutionary mean? Number one, it means disruptive, challenges old ways of doing business and introduces a completely new, better approach that changes the market. How amazing is that, right? That is definitely what the Legacy Builder is. Number two is innovative. It brings fresh ideas, tools, or methods that improve how online businesses are built, marketed, or scaled. And then number three is transformative. That is so true. It creates powerful shift in results, turning struggling systems into profitable and efficient ones. And number four, and there's so many other words, but I thought let me just put four in today, is scalable. It's designed to grow fast without needing to work more hours, allowing income and impact to increase efficiently online. Oh man, let me just quickly stop this. I want to just quickly stop sharing my screen. Zoe, my beautiful Zoe, are you here? Please.
I am here. Good evening.
Hi, how are you? Prachtig. So nice to have you.
I'm well, thank you. Oh my
So nice
goodness.
to have
Thank you
you
so
here.
much for having me. Hey y'all. Hey everybody. Hey 77 of you, or 76 because I'm the
Yeah, we can
77th.
follow you tonight. Zoe, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've been trying to get the times right, me and you, but I'm so glad that we eventually got there. Thank you so much for joining us, Zoe. And I'm just like cannot wait to hear your story again. I sometimes hop onto your lives, but I never hear your whole story. I've just read it, but I cannot wait for you to share with us
No.
tonight your whole story. I'm going to mute myself
Oh,
and you go ahead, my love.
I
Thank you so
love this. I love it, Alana. And I'm so glad finally I get to be on this call with you. It is an honor. It's a privilege. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I told my mentees, y'all just act as if it's one of our training sessions. Come and help me because wow. And you guys know I can't speak Afrikaans, ne, but my hartjie klop chocolates.
That's okay.
I'm
So many
learning.
we
I'm
don't have
learning.
to do any. Love it, my bookie.
Oh, it's just me. I blame my mom. She's full blown Afrikaans, but I don't know what happened to me. But thank you so much for you guys for showing up tonight. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my story. And I always say this, even in my lives, I say this in my business. If I just walk away impacting one person today, then my job is done. If I leave this call and you leave this call and only one person was impacted, my job was done. And so, just a quick disclaimer, fam, I have 5 children. And so, if you hear a scream here and there, it's my hubby's trying his best, okay?
No problems. I can even come and join in. No problem. They're all welcome.
Um, but that's why we love this because we started these businesses because we wanted that time freedom with our children. And
Absolutely.
so this has just absolutely changed my life. And that is why I gave that word to Alana, revolutionary, because it encapsulates exactly what it has done for myself and for my family. It disrupted our lives in a good way. It transformed our mindsets, our bank accounts, our fridge, and you'll understand shortly why I say my fridge, in such a tremendous way. And it has changed my mindset of how to look at earning any kind of income in South Africa. Now, I'm the kind of person that asks a lot of questions, so please drop it down below if you relate to anything that I ask this evening. But I just want to hear from you guys. Out of all of us here, just put a 1 down below if you are a 9-to-5er. I say this because I was that person. The person that you see here right now was not this positive. What I called myself a negative Nancy. Alana, I would look at anything and I'd be like, oh, please don't give me this. Don't give me this. It's too good to be true. I was that kind of person. And so the person you see here is a completely different person to what I was as a 9-to-5er. But the 9-to-5 broke me in a way that you couldn't believe possible, because it was something that I depended on. It was something, that 25th of the month, happy-go-lucky, yay me. But my husband and I had experienced something that was so traumatic for ourselves and our family that I will never trust a 9-to-5 again. My goodness me. And I just love the fact that I came across the Legacy Builders program, because it has absolutely shown me that at the age of 35, that I would never, ever have to be subject to a 9-to-5 again, and possibly never, ever, ever, even I earn probably triple the amount that I've ever would ever have earned in my career. And so that is where my story began. Like I said, you guys are 9-to-5ers, some of you on here, you're looking for that extra income, fair and well, but you saw the statistics that Alana had shared. It is shocking, and I fell into that system. So in September of 2023, my husband and I had worked together. We were just, so happy that we worked together, walked into the office together, had lunch together. It was so amazing. I was living the dream until one day we got called into the office and we were told that, look, because of the lockdown, because of COVID, the company is failing to survive and we are going to have to let the entire staff go. So on that day, both of us lost our jobs. On that day, both of us looked at each other and we thought, what on earth are we going to do? Now, we have a joke in our home that we have 6 bonds, the original bond for this home, and then 5 children. To raise one kid is like another bond on top of each other. So we looked at each other and we said, what on earth are we going to do? How are we going to feed these kids? How are we going to get clothes onto their backs? What are we going to do? And so you might think, yeah, as a 9-to-5, but girl, why don't you just look for another 9-to-5? Well, in fact, we did. We did. That's the first instinct we get, yeah? And so we found ourselves having to look for another job, interview after interview. Nothing had come through. Now, bear in mind, family, my husband and I have 4 degrees between each other. So we're not just sitting here with a matric. We're not just sitting here with very little experience. We had a lot of experience, and we still could not get hired. The irony is that my experience comes from recruitment. Oh my goodness. I couldn't find myself a job. Couldn't find my husband a job, but there was nothing wrong with us. It was the system, and it was just where we are right now as a country. And so in this time, we had to find ourselves starting to sell things, because that is all we could think of. We didn't know what on earth are we going to do. And so put me down below if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you're contemplating selling things, you're contemplating going onto Facebook Marketplace and saying, Aish, okay, you know what? Maybe I should go ahead and sell this thing just to put food on the table, just to pay that bill, just to get that electricity up. Oh my gosh, it's 2 weeks to go and my paycheck is over and done with, and that red button is looking and flashing at me. I got to get that money for that electricity. That was us. And so we got into this place, Lesejo, that we had to sell things to survive. We got to the place where it became so bad that it was just Oh my goodness, we became hustlers in that sense where we're like, you know what, it's fine. Today we're going to see now, okay, maybe I can sell these shoes. Oh, I never wore my Timberland boots in a while. Let me sell that. It became that bad. And some of us get stuck in this rhythm, and it's so easy for us to get stuck in this motion of just surviving. And I always say this, that life is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured. You're not put on this earth to work a 9 to 5 that is going to pay you just enough to bring you back the next month and the next month. No, you are here to enjoy life. When last have you taken your kids on holiday? When last did you plan a December to Cape Town? When last did you go anywhere? We can't because cost of living is so high. Right. And so we found ourselves in a situation where we were selling things to survive. It got so bad, Alana, that we couldn't afford food in our house. So we had a couple that would drop groceries for our family every single month. Every single month. We couldn't even afford food on our tables. And
Yep,
so it
I know
got
that
to
one.
a place, it got to a place where I started coming online, not because I was looking for the opportunity. Listen, I still had hope in that 9 to 5. Imagine. I didn't come on here because I wanted an opportunity, but God wanted me on here to stumble across this opportunity. And so I came onto social media. My daughter was asking me, she's 17 years old now, or 18 years old, you know? And she asked me, Mama, what are you doing on TikTok? Imagine, like, what are you doing? I said, no, I'm just watching. Don't stress. I'm doing nothing else. And I came across this girl that was on holiday. And she said, oh, yeah, I just made $300 from my cell phone and I'm on holiday. I was on a cruise ship. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? So I want you to be honest with me on here. You might be on here because somebody had invited you on here, but you kind of thinking like, what's the catch? You know, I'm open to hearing the honest opinions of people. And so put me down below if you're like, you know what, it's okay. It looks too good to be true, but what's the catch? And that was me. I told you I was a negative Nancy. So I looked at this opportunity, right? I looked at it. I see you, G. I see you. I looked at this opportunity and I thought, what's the catch? What do I have to? It doesn't make no sense to me. But for a moment, you'll understand in the Legacy Builder program, we speak a lot about being hope dealers. For a moment, that lady was that hope dealer to me for 5 seconds before I became and reverted back to being a negative Nancy. And so for 5 minutes, I thought, imagine I could just make one $300 sale a week, because I quickly went in, and at the time, Alana, that was around we joined, basically we got our programs the same time almost.
Correct.
And
Mm.
so I said, yo, this would be like 5,500 a week. That would be 27 or 20 something K. And I said, oh
Mm.
my gosh, that would be better than not having anything, because we were getting to the place where we were getting food from people. And so I continued scrolling for an entire 4 months and I did nothing. Now, everyone asks me, Zoe, what is the biggest regret of not starting digital marketing, or not starting when you see it? And I said, that is what my biggest regret was, not
Yep.
starting when I saw that girl. Because imagine what 4 months would do for you in this business, right? And so fast forward
Right.
4 months, things got so bad. My goodness, you're sitting on here, you know you're struggling. You still, we wired that way. Our brains are avoiding anything new because it doesn't differentiate between danger and new opportunities well. And so it will tell you, don't do it, because all of a sudden your brain is saying that you can't do it because of that chemical that it releases when you are stepping into something new. And so that is what happened to me. For 4 months, I did nothing until this one moment. Can you believe it? We got debt collectors calling us. We got told that they're either going to sell our house, we must sell our house, or they're going to foreclose it. They told us our kids can't go back to school. All of this was piling up on us, and we didn't do anything until this one moment. Now, I always say this to my customers and to everybody that listens to me. If your why is strong, your how becomes easy. And this was my why strengthening, and it was our twins. So we have a set of twins, and Cameron is the foodie. She loves food. She's always in the cupboards and in the fridge. And she opens up the fridge one day and she's absolutely in love with the non-Nutri-Day yogurts. She opens up the fridge and there isn't. Can you believe 26 rand of yogurts changed my life? She came to me and she said, Mommy, why why is there no yogurts? Now imagine I'm sitting here looking at this kid and I have to tell her that Mommy cannot afford 26 rand of yogurts. And that changed my life forever. Not the bond that was behind, not the fact that people were giving us food. My kid came to me, somebody that I was responsible for raising, and I can't even afford to give her a yogi. That day I told my husband, I don't care. This thing said it's going to teach me step by step. It said I just needed to have enough sense to follow instructions like a recipe book. My husband's like, are you sure? Now, if you don't know, my husband and I lead a church in Johannesburg. And he's like, did you pray about this? But just make sure that this thing is legit. Let's get our accountant online, Alana, because we want to make sure this thing is okay. Because imagine, who, Pastora, you here in the front newspaper and all this stuff. And I was like, no, we got everything. And we were like, let's go. And guess what, fam? You might be sitting and saying, you know what? I know this thing costs money and all this kind of stuff. And I thought that too. And I had to make one more sacrifice. And we sold our couches to get started. I got started with this business. I got started scared. I got started anyway. And the first thing was fear. I got started afraid. I was afraid of what people are going to say about me. I was afraid about if I'm going to fail. Or remember, I'm still negative Nancy. This mindset stuff happened here in this program, y'all. I was like, what if I can't do this? I can't speak like these people. Oh my goodness, I can't do that. But my situation, I looked at that even worse and I said, that is what I'm more afraid of. I can't stay in that situation. So I'm going to ask you this evening. This looks scary. You've seen people doing this. It is a step-by-step process. But I want to ask you, if you look at your situation right now, what is more scarier? The situation you're in right now, or to try something new? And so I always I absolutely love what I'm a Jesus girl, y'all, but I have a few quotes that I live by. Right. And one of them is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. For things to change, you got to change. For things to get better, you got to get better. Right? That's from Jim Rohn. And so when I started this business, in 2 weeks, I made my first sale. In 2 weeks, from somebody that started scared. When I made that payment, you guys, I cried because I was standing literally like in a crossroads. I'm looking at my kids. My kids had small jackets of the previous winter. It was getting into winter. It's my 2-year anniversary, by the way, in 5 days. Oh my God. My goodness. And so my children, I had this money to start this business, and I looked at it and I looked at my kids' shoes being broken, and I looked at the fridge being empty. And I looked at my kids, even one of the teachers said, Mom, you need to buy them new jackets, because they were walking like this, Alana, because it was so like, I can laugh about it now, but I cried about this, and I looked at this and I thought, I could buy the necessities right now, but what if I took this and took a chance on myself and trusted the Lord? And I know that He put this on my path. And here I am. My first 2 weeks, I made my money back. And that's when I showed my husband. I said, here's your money for your couch is back now, okay? And my first month in this business, I made 27,000 Rand. And the rest is literally history. What is 27,000 going to mean for you right now? My mentees are absolutely seeing amazing results. One of them saw 48,000 in their first month of this business. And so this proves, and this was last month, this proves that it doesn't matter if you get started now, if you get started yesterday, if you get started tomorrow, you are still going to be able to create that financial freedom that you want to. Fast forward to 3 months in my business, I saw my first 6 figures. I managed to get to that place. I was a 6-figure earner. And then 6 months later on holiday, I hit 500,000 in my business. And 13 months later, I became the seven-figure number 20 in South Africa. I am about 280 away from my third million in this business. I want to ask you, are you going to be able to see this results in that 9 to 5 that you are sitting in? Are you going to see this kind of result and have the time freedom? Find you. It's not just, I am that mother, Alana, that people in the netball team calls me, please take videos. I can't make it. Oh my goodness, I forgot to give my kid lunch. Do you mind just sorting him out for lunch? I'm
Wow.
that mother. I'm
Mm.
present. I am available for my kids. I not only have the financial, but also the time freedom. And I heard you saying that your son is on his way to the States. My daughter's on her way to the States next year. I
Oh,
wasn't able to do this with a 9 to 5 because in 7 days,
correct.
Alana, this university program needed 3,700 euros. Guys, that is
Yeah.
70,000 Rand in 7 days. Guess who paid for this? My business. I
Yeah.
could cough out 70,000 Rand for my daughter to be able to study overseas next year. If I
Wow.
decided to not be to be afraid and not do this, if I decided that I'm going to worry about everything else around me and look at my circumstance, I would have not been sitting here today sharing this kind of testimony. So your test
Mhm.
is going to change into a testimony, but you have to take the action. You
Mm.
have to. If you're afraid of failing, can I tell you something? If you don't start right now, you are guaranteed failing because you didn't even take a chance on yourself. Today is the day to take a chance on yourself. And then just one more quote, and then I'm done. I'm done. And so I absolutely love this. It says success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. I'm not successful here because I had the experience or the knowledge or the gift of the gab or the silver tongue. I'm successful because I showed up no matter what, and I kept looking back at my kids. I kept looking back at them and I keep looking back at my fridge. And now I've got like 3 trays of yogurts every single week. And I can't believe
Wow.
it's changed my life.
Yeah.
And man, I really hope that something, you grabbed something from my story and you find yourself inspired and just not just inspired, but take that action because that is what you're going, that's what's going to change your life.
Wow. 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 Well,
Alana,
just
thank you
wow.
so
Wow. Wow.
much.
We're all saying wow. Zoe, thank you so much. You know, you've said so many things that I can also so relate to. You know, when you said the clothes that you can't even, your children is sitting with last season's clothes and you having to sell appliances. I remember getting up in the morning on a Saturday morning early and I would tell my daughter, I'm off now and I'll get my boxes of old clothes and I'll put them in my mother's car because mind you, I didn't have a car, right? I was blacklisted most of my life. And
Mm,
then I would drive around the corner to underneath the bridge and I'll go stand there with the other mamas with the clothes and sell clothes. And I feel so bad when I get there with my mother's car because they don't even have a car to get there. I don't even
mm,
know how they got all their clothes there, you know? And then we would stand there just so I could go and buy food for the day. That was my
wow.
Saturdays. That was my daughter thinking, oh, well, this is how it goes. Mom was still working, but there's still enough, you know, there's just enough money for rent. There's just enough money for electricity. Like I said in
Mm,
the stats, that's what people are going through. But yes, so we are so
absolutely.
grateful that we started scared, right? And
Yes,
because that's with anything when you start. If you want to drive your bicycle, you wanted to learn how to get on your bicycle. That was scary. But guess what? You won it because all your friends were driving their bicycle. So you were going to get up and fall and get up again and get up again. It's exactly the same
absolutely.
with starting a new business.
Absolutely.
Listen, Zoe, you are such an inspiration, my love. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank you,
your
Alana. Thank
wisdom and
you.
your words and everything with us tonight. Thank you. We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We're going to go on
Thank
with
you
this
so much.
presentation. Thank you, my love. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Oh, if I can do that, that's how tech savvy I am. Hold up. You can see me, right? You got me there. Yeah, does I? Thank you. Okay, that's the one bit. Okay, so there's beautiful Zoe. Oh my word, what an amazing woman. I tell you what, she's got such an amazing story, and we love you, Zoe. Thank you so much for being a hope dealer for us, really. Now, you're probably asking, why is this different? Like, there's so many things out there, right? I was like, I've tried everything. Why would this be different? Because, my friend, you're going to keep 100% profit and you're going to get master resale rights. Okay. Now, what is master resale rights? Okay. I'm going to explain that to you now. You don't have to chase clients, right? You don't have to go and ask family and friends to buy from you. I don't know. I know that one so well. I tried to sell, and nothing against Avon, but I've done Avon, I've done Average Lane, having to beg my parents and my friends and family just to buy from me because I just needed to make that little bit of money, right? There's no technical skills needed. Well, I just love that for me because I'm in my 50s. And you make for one transaction anywhere between 100, 300, 600, 900, and $1,400 with one transaction. That is the difference, right? Now, what do you get? You get a step-by-step blueprint to help you start. It's step by step. It's a blueprint. It works, right? You grow and you automate a profitable online business in just 2 hours a day. Okay. And what do you get? You get your own digital store. It's a done for you digital store. You're going to get it. It's done for you. It's 90% done for you. And just like Zoe said, anybody can follow this. If you, and we all can follow this. If most people, most human beings are visual, you're going to get visual videos telling you exactly how to set up your business. So there's no guesswork, right? You'll get instructions on what to do. You just need to be coachable, and we're all coachable. We've all been to school, right? And you connect your PayPal and your bank account. The else's, you don't share your money. And when a customer pays you, 100% profit goes straight into your bank account. Okay. Now, people will say sometimes, oh, this looks a little bit pyramid schemey, right? But no, it's not. This is why it's not a pyramid scheme. Here, you have your own business and you get master resale rights where you make 100% profit. What is master resale rights? It means you purchase something and you get resale rights on it. And when you make 100% profit, that is what's called master resale rights. With a pyramid scheme, what do you need to do? You need to recruit people underneath you. And they have to recruit people underneath them, and so on and so on. And you only get a commission of 10 to 30% per per person or per sale, whatever. I've been involved. I still actually don't even know how these works anymore, but it never worked for me, right? And you get the program, you get the products on your website, on yours. It's your website. Your bank account is connected to your website, and you have the programs, and whichever one you have, everything below is free and included in your business. Okay. You sell the product of your choice in your digital shop over and over and over again. And you know what's the greatest thing about this? It's not something that is like a music that a song that's been played and you can listen to it over and over again. In this digital shop, it gets updated on a weekly basis, right? It doesn't stay the same. You're literally just getting more and more added onto your digital shop every week, okay? And you keep 100% profit for the price of one. And now we already have 30 people in South Africa who's already earned over 1 million rand with the Legacy Builder program. So why not you? We are just normal people, right? What we did is we bought the $900. This is just an example program once, and we sold it 57 times. We gave us 1 million rand in profit with no monthly fees. Okay, you're going to get an automated system. Your business works while you are sleeping. Yes, I'm going to say this again. It literally works while you're sleeping. Just like Shein and Temu, their business is out there working for them. They have an automated system. Let me just give you some facts here. Shein made $59 billion last year because they automated their business. Temu made 43 billion, sorry. Takealot.com made 6.7 billion rand last year because they've all automated their business. And that's what you're also going to get. You're going to have an automated system. You have your own online business. It's automated 24/7. You work 2 hours a day. It's a done for your business. and no experience needed. I think it's a dream, right? Let's do that. So it's a done for you business that you sell, and your clients are going to also learn skills. They're going to learn how to promote other businesses, right? Just like Lulama has learned, and she made 75,000 Rand in 3 days. They're going to learn how to create a new business, and they're going to resell it. That's what they can do. So wouldn't you rather trade your 8 to 10 hour workday for a 2 hour workday? I sure as hell would have loved to do that, and that's exactly what I did. So let's just say you make the $900 is about 15,500 Rand. Okay, not 2 days, maybe a little bit under, but this is just to give you an example. Most people have let's say somebody's got a salary of 15,500 Rand per month. But if they have four $900 sales per day, per what month, they're literally going to make that's four customers. They're going to make 62,000 Rand per month. If somebody earns would you rather earn a 23,000 Rand salary and work 8 hours every day? Or would you rather have four customers where you make 23,000 Rand per day? That's 95,200 Rand per month. And you don't just keep 100% profit, you also have an interactive training program that helps you develop the skills to build a successful business. So you can build a legacy for your family. I think we all want that. And all you do is you follow 5 steps every day. You watch 10 minutes of training. We always have a 90-day run from our mentor that does a 90-day run. So there are daily videos. You log in any time of the day. You go, sometimes it's usually not even 10 minutes long. You go and watch your video and you go and apply what she tells you. This woman is the founder of this business. She's a multimillionaire, and she's not a CEO that sits behind closed doors. She is present. She is there. You can reach her. Okay. That's what I love about this business. You're not just going to be ghosted, right? And number 2, you create marketing content. That's what you can do. The second step. Number 3 is you reply to emails and WhatsApps. If you give your WhatsApp number, some people don't even have to. Some people don't, right? And you post marketing ads and reply to comments. And number 5 is you can either do a live stream or you can post ads on high traffic websites. And that's what you do every day. That's literally what you do every day. Okay. Why am I on Mal? Welcome again. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So what are you going to do? You're probably asking me, Alana, oh, this is great, but how am I going to find customers? Well, you are going to learn attraction marketing. What does that mean? Clients are going to come to you. And I'm sure Zoe will also say she's not one of the customers that has come, that has bought from her, did she contact. I haven't. They've come to me and said, Alana, I'm ready. Because the online world is your window to unlimited customers. Because remember, this is an international business, okay? Clients come to you. You don't have to contact people. You don't have to bother friends and family. And you never, ever have to reach out first. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you that's how it works. This is so amazing. I get so excited when I think about this. And guess what? You are going to use all the apps that you have on your phone right now. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. There's so many. You choose which one you want, right? Nobody's going to breathe down your neck and say, you got to use Facebook. No, you decide which one you want to use, okay? And for those people that are introverts, guess what? You can do faceless marketing as well. There's a module in there teaching you that. So what is included in your Done For You business? You are going to get the e-learning program, which one you choose. It's a blueprint with a business plan. Okay. Number 2, you're going to get your own website. 90% done for you. Beautifully done. I promise you, it is so professionally done. You only have to, like we would say, you paint by numbers. You just have to connect the dots. Okay. And it'll be shown to you what to do. Plus, you get your automated system like Shein and Temu. And you have your products. You master resale rights on the products that you have on your store, okay? And then this was the most important thing to me, is you're going to get lifelong community support. and interactive training from multimillionaires and millionaires and everybody. We are just one big family that are like-minded, not people that are negative, like Zoe would say. Everybody started this business because they had the desire to change their lives. And I promise you, if you follow it, it will work. Okay. So, like I said previously, everything that you get, all the programs is out there. Whichever one you take, everything underneath is included for free, and you get 100% profit. Now, let's go through the programs. Now, we had a lot of people asking, but what is the investment amount? Now, first of all, what I would love to say to you is remember it's a one-time investment, right? There's no monthly fees. And that's one thing that really stopped me in my tracks when I heard this, because I was so scared. I was like, I don't want to lose. I don't have money every month. I hardly got money to put food on the table. I don't have money every month. Okay. So it's a one-time investment. So my first program is called the Launchpad, right? You have one income stream on the Launchpad. You get 72 e-learning lessons in that one, and you learn how to launch an online business. Now, this is just an example. If you have $400 sales a month, you make $400 profit. And that is about 7,000 Rand extra in your pocket. That's with the Launchpad. The next one is the $300. We call that one the passive daily pay blueprint. And with that one, what do you get? You're also going to get the Launchpad, because remember, everything underneath the one that you have, you get for free. So you're going to get the $100 and the $300. That means you've got two income streams with 108 e-learning lessons, and you're going to get a daily pay blueprint plan. For $300 is going to give you $1,200 profit, which is an extra 20,000 Rand a month. That's our passive daily blueprint. The next one up is our $600 digital mastery. With that one, you have three income streams. Remember, you get these two included, right? 129 e-learning lessons, tools for online success. You learn how to build your own products and learn how to build your brand, okay? Because that's what it's about. Marketing is about building your brand, but you will learn step by step how to do that. And you're going to learn how to create extra income streams, right? Because we've all got a lot of things money going out. Why not create a lot of income streams coming into your bank account? With that one, if you have four $600 sales a month, that's $2,400 profit, which is an extra 40,000 Rand a month. How would that change your life? I know that makes a huge difference for me. The next one, is a $900 Legacy Builder program. With that one, you have four income streams because you get the other three underneath that one. With 228 e-learning lessons, tools for online success, you build your own products and your own brand, and you create extra income streams. For $900 is going to give you an extra $3,600 profit into your bank account. That's an extra 60,000 Rand per month in your bank account. And now we've got the Legacy Bundle Pack. Now that is the $1,400, right? Now you don't get 5 income streams with that one. You get 10 with this one. Why? Because the founder of this program, she's all the way from Kansas. She has a lot of, now remember, this is an international business. She had a lot of people asking, doesn't it come in Spanish? So what she did is she did all 5 programs in English and in Spanish. So that's even great for us. I mean, because remember, it's an international business, right? Anybody can purchase from you from right across the world. And on this one, you get 323 e-learning lessons, tools for online success, build your own products and your own brand, create extra income streams. And here comes the great part, right? We've got some of the most advanced AI training in this in the bundle pack. You're going to get AI for marketing material. So as we all know, right? AI is out there doing their thing. Why not get into it as well? Why not learn how it works? And AI for personal branding, AI to create faceless videos for those people who don't want to show their face on social media. For various reasons, people don't want to do that. And then I get AI to create your own digital products, and you're going to create your own AI twin. Now, I've seen somebody, one of the ladies from South Africa did her own AI twin. I just absolutely loved it. I still can't believe it's actually just an AI twin that she made. You could literally sit in your pajamas and make your own AI twin and get it to talk to you and talk with you or talk for you and so on. So if you have four $1,400 sales a month, that's $5,600 profit. That is almost six figures a month. That's 95,200 rand per month. Okay. And you get 10 income streams with amazing AI. So there you go, guys. Now, what's nice about this program, right? And the Legacy Builder, it really is a risk-free business. You do have a chance to upgrade. So start where you can start. There's always a way you can always upgrade whenever you are ready, okay? And remember, it is a risk-free business, okay? There's no monthly fees. You get 1 to 10 income streams. You use the program free on a monthly basis, and it's only a one-time setup fee. So you're going to buy your program. That's the first thing. You're going to decide which one is going to suit you. Then you're going to register. We call it our website fee, with either $39 on the first 4 programs or $69 on the bundle pack. You register, and then you're going to go buy your own domain. Now, sometimes we do some setups for our customers, and I've never seen a customer have to go over 500 Rand to buy your own domain. Okay. That's it. It's risk-free. That's what you pay. There's no extra fees or some, hidden fees involved. Okay. It's risk-free. Your first sale, you make 100% profit. So you made your money back. So just to get to R1 million, you only have to sell it 57 times. Okay. And you use the program for free. Oopsie. Okay. Now, this is not a quick, rich money-making scheme. Okay. You own your business to build a legacy for your family. Now, I just want to share the last one here. We've got Christina here. She's from America. She says she made $10,900 in 3 weeks as a stay-at-home mom. She says, how is this even real? I never ever thought an income like this was even possible for a hot mess mama that knew nothing about making money online. We are snowed in with an ice storm in Tennessee. She says, no school, no work, but my online business is always working. Been plugging in a little over a year and it still doesn't feel real. She says she wants to shout out to her mentor for being the best personal coach. It was you I heard on that webinar that made me believe in myself and that I was coachable and consistent. I would be successful. And thank you for showing up. Now, Michelle O'Neill, she is our amazing mentor. You will meet her. Right. So that is why we're doing this. And that is why you need to make a decision, because it's going to give you less debt. You can have more time with your family. That's what we want, right? We want to go on those holidays. We want to go on those weekends away. It's so amazing. Before my son now flew, I said, come, let me fly you here. Never in my wildest dream as a single mother did I ever think I'll be able to say to him, come, let's have fun. Let's go for a photo shoot. That's what we did. And I could take them out every day, because that's what you deserve, my friend. You don't deserve to be stressful. You need to have peace and harmony instead of stress. And this is what the Legacy Builder is giving us. Okay. What do you need to build something for you, a legacy for you and your family? You want a business without expenses and something that is risk-free. Okay. Now you decide which one of the programs you want to start with. And now is the time to make sure 2026 is your best year. Guys, we are in the middle of the year. How about you go out of 2026 with your own online business? Okay. If you guys have any questions, please, I'm going to check in the comment section just now. And please go back to the person that has invited you tonight. If you don't want to ask questions here, please go and contact that person so that they can get you help started, or just if you want your questions answered. I'm just begging you to start. Change your life. Zoe, thank you once again so much for being here and for being so amazing and sharing your story. Now, do we have any questions, Lakin? Is there questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, goodness.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. We do. When you are doing faceless marketing, does it take you longer to make sales than when you're showing your face?
That's a very, very good question. Look, we have had people, I want to tell you, look, I cannot tell you exactly, but I can tell you, share an amazing story with you. With another South African lady, she was about to have a car repossessed. And I love sharing the story in my life always. Now, and I know that so well because my car was literally repossessed. What she did is she did a faceless picture, not even a video. She went and she posted it on Facebook one day. And she, like I said, she was about to have a car repossessed. And when she woke up the next day, she woke up to 400 people from that one post that she posted. She didn't show her face that wanted more information about her business. So what did she do? She didn't have to go and contact all those people. She gave a link to them. They went to her website, and guess what she did? She made 84,000 Rand within 3 days. That's insane. Now, look, I am not saying I'm not making a claim here that it's going to happen to you. Okay. But it is possible, right? Now, again, like I would say also, I can tell you today that you can show your face every day, but it's up to you. Are you going to be consistent? Are you going to put the work in? Okay. I hope that helps, my friend. Okay. Any other questions?
No,
Zoe,
there's
do
no
you
other
maybe have
questions.
something to say about that question, Zoe?
Yes. In
Please do.
fact, I have, when it comes to this business, and this is what I loved, is that you don't have to do what other people are doing. And so I have a few people in my community that is completely faceless. For religious reasons, completely
Mm,
faceless because one of my mentees has a speech impairment, so she cannot really speak, and so she has adopted faceless marketing. And all she does is she lives in Cape Town. So obviously you guys have beautiful views. And all she does is she walks on the beach and takes videos of the ocean, and she puts words on the screen and she makes money like that. She has a $300 program and she's been making money that way. I have this customer for religious reasons, just use faceless reels, and she averages between 400 and 600 a week without showing a face. So it is absolutely possible. You
yeah.
just have to plug into the modules that is provided for us with faceless marketing. In fact, I had a faceless page and I did it for my mentees so that they could see I could also do faceless marketing. I did 3 sales on there and I was like, I'm done because I'm not creative like this. I just wanted to show you that it worked. So absolutely you can.
Yeah, I've also got one of my mentees. She's also for religious. She just figured out herself how to do her own AI figure. It's her face, but it's not her, and it's just amazing. And the people absolutely love that, and she does so well with that. So yes, there is so many ways that you can make this, right? Thank you, Zoe. Any other questions? Uh,
So last question from Honor cell phone, I suggest. Question for Zoe. Which program did you start with?
Oh, awesome. I get this question a lot. So I could only afford the first option, but I made it a mission. I actually told my husband if I hadn't made sales in that month, I would make it a mission to sell something else to upgrade. Because
yeah.
I realized that if I needed to make good money, I needed to invest in myself. And so I would give you the advice, family, start on the highest one that you can, even if it's just
Mm,
starting, but make sure that the first thing you are looking for here is not just sales, you are looking for investing in your education. Because the more strategies you get, the more skills you gain and the more money you make. And so I started on 100. If I could, I would start on the 1400, but I wanted to start anyway. And I made sure that I upgraded. So my first upgrade was to the 300 and thereafter immediately to the 900. Get this, when I upgraded to the 900, I made my first $900 sale on that same day.
well, awesome. Hallelujah.
So
That's amazing.
Absolutely. You can start anywhere, but never ever be happy with just here. Always get the highest options in. Have that in mind, family. That is for your own benefit and for your own business.
I love this question. Tracy Lee says, this question is for Lana and Zoe. Did you pay for private mentorship and coaching? Absolutely not. Tracy, I didn't have a cent. Let me tell you my story. I closed my eyes on the day that I invested, and I closed my eyes and I said, Father, if this is a scam, can I please make my money back? If it's not a scam, can I please just make an extra $300? And within 3 days, within 3 weeks, I made my money back. So no, I didn't, Tracy. I felt in the beginning, I was like, oh, what is this about? But my why was big enough. I don't have money to go and get for private mentorship, but you don't, because you're getting mentorship for free from millionaires. So no, if you need to go for private mentorship, then there's a problem, I think. I really do, you know. Um, I'm not saying it's bad to go for private mentorship, absolutely not. But these are really step by step instructions. Hey,
And
Zoe?
that's why I think Alana, that's why Trace, getting onto the highest programs, you will not need to spend a single dime on more mentorship because you are going to have personal training on a Monday with Michelle
Yes.
O'Neill herself. You
Yeah.
can ask all the questions you want. And so I haven't purchased. So for me, yeah, get your mentorship by upgrading. Upgrade.
Yeah. The
That's
nine
all
hundred
you
dollar and
need.
the Yeah, the $900 and the $1,400, we get access to Michelle face to face on Mondays. So we get to ask her questions as well. And yeah, she's available. So absolutely. Boy, did he answer your prayer. He did, Megan. Yeah, the program is beginner friendly. Absolutely. What are the four income streams from this program? Angela, so there's really 10 income streams. So remember, you get resale rights on the program that you invest in. So the four income streams would be the $900. So if you purchase the $900, you get $100, the $300 program, 600 and 900. Now bear in mind, the higher you go, the more skills you get to learn. So your level of training is going to increase. And then remember, talked about master resale rights. You get to resale rights on these businesses, right? Those are the four income streams. But also remember, you're going to learn how to build more income streams for yourself. You're even going to learn affiliate marketing. Okay. So there's so many ways that you can use digital marketing to create multiple income streams. Okay. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much. If not, that was just a good question. Okay, perfect. Guys, how awesome is this webinar been? Thank you for all your beautiful questions. Now remember to go back to the person that invited you, and thank you so much for joining tonight. You must all have a wonderful evening, and our Most High keep you and shine His face upon you guys. Bye bye, Zoe. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Okay, see you in the community.